Yo, what's going on, people? So, I applied. I'm gonna be honest with you. I applied to this bus company last Monday, or Tuesday, one of the two, and it was an in-person application. I had to manually do everything instead of electronically, how most applications are, and it's a really long process. There's like a 3 hour um, test I have to do. I have to probably like read a bunch of things and complete a test, like an assessment, and then they probably what really is the kicker for me is a drug test. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do intend on me and my friend. He's gonna hook me up with some weed on Friday. I don't know how much this job is paying, but I'm trying to actually just find a morning job because the process is just the hiring process is too long. Now, if I change my mind, technically I'm still like in the door. I don't know when I have to take the drug test. I'm sort of just like losing interest in the job all itself. Like I'm telling myself that it's just a little too much. And you know, being a anti-predator, I guess you say child predator activist, I think the best thing you can do is not work around kids if you truly are one like me. Because like I said, I don't have any reason. I don't have any kids. Don't have nothing to talk about kids. At least today with yeah, it's nothing to really speak about. But that's a job where I would have worked really intimately with kids. And it's not something that I'm interested in, honestly. Because I think about if I could handle it. Like I don't think kids are bad, but I don't know if that's something for me. I really don't know. But anyway, while I study, because I like to read before I start work, we're gonna I'll meet up with him later today because we're gonna leave. We're gonna go there like an hour early to just get our hours. And I like to play Predator Catcher channels. I'm not a fan of these channels, but I need something to play while I read. And I've said time and time again that I think that they're busters. I just think they're clout chasing. They're not concerning, you know, a child really being exploited, really being taken advantage of, because they would be going to places where they know it happens. I'm pretty sure they know sex trafficking goes on. You know, I haven't seen one of these channels like actually take down like real pedophiles in the act, not setups, not decoys. I mean, having it done in the act. But you know something? I feel like predator catchers are the modern day cops. If you ever watch Cops on Spike TV, they are the modern day cops. Because I've learned that I feel like the internet is like it's like separated in different hoods, different sections, different states, different demographics, different ideologies. And the people who tend to support these channels are the same people that were watching Cops, that watch Body Cam. I see all these things I watch when I read, but they watch. If you look at the comments on Body Cam videos, you always see the same comments. Ashamed, offended by everything, ashamed by nothing. That 13% is at it again. Um, the usual suspects and all this shit. They're the same people on these child predator videos, and not one of them not one of them are defending. They're not. I'm saying no one's defending the predator, but I've learned something that a lot of predator catchers and a lot of their supporters have in common. They don't really believe in rehabilitation whatsoever. Because I was discussing this with my friend yesterday. There was this video I was telling him about. There was a substitute teacher that was a year younger than him. She was like 20, 22, and she was caught. have an inappropriate relationship with a 13 or 14-year old. Now, no one's defending that. But would you think it's okay to ruin a 22-year-old's life who's just getting like initiated with what life is, like they're trying to understand themselves? Do you think that that's okay to ruin their life as well? Do you believe that people make mistakes? I'm not holding a 22-year-old to the same standard as a creepy 60-year-old man or a 50-year-old man or someone my age. We're not holding them to the same standard. But it's like these channels live to just ruin people's lives because their main concern, I don't think I really feel like the whole part of protecting children is not even part of their objective. They're more concerned with just locking people up. And let's just keep it real. That's really what their main objective is locking people up. Because it seems like that's the like when the before the video concludes, that's what they're really trying to get, done. Like that's their biggest goal is locking that person up, calling the police. When they try to run away, they say, "Oh, we know your mother, we know where you live, we'll find you." And I just gotta say it. I think all those channels, even though I watch them, or really I listen to them because I have my head down. I just need something to play in the background. But I think all those channels are busters and fuckboys, all of them, because real rehabilitation doesn't should not include prison. Now, an alternative to jail should, at least to be fair, let's notify the community. Let's, like how there's like when a pedophile moves in the neighborhood, we should notify the community that yeah, this person was trying to meet up with this 13-year-old, and let's let the community decide if we want to shun this person. But locking them up does nothing. Let's just keep it real. These predator catcher channels are nothing but fucking cops. They just want to lock people up, just like the body cam. I understand police that's part of their job is to lock people up and write tickets. But your job is not to help anybody. Your job is basically working for the police. And that's when like I said, it's times when some of these I can't watch. Now yes, I me myself, I don't want to call myself a victim of child molestation, but I have been a victim of certain abuse and inappropriate behavior, to say the least. I don't feel like when I watch like I watched this one the other day. It was another fuck channel called I think it was The Onion or something. This dude clearly had a drug problem. Clearly, now yeah, he's disgusting. He wanted to meet up with a what he thought was like a 15-year-old transgendered woman or whatever. And the guy clearly has problems. He was on probation. I'm not justifying what he did, but what do you get out of basically mocking all his issues? He has problems too. Are you here to help him? Do you want to see these people get better? Or do you want to just throw them in jail where their life is going to be 10 times as worse when they're released? Like I couldn't even finish watching the damn video. It was that damn sad to look at. Not defending the guy, but you have to also look at you have to ask yourself like sincerely ask yourself, ask them, you know, what's going on in your life? Why are you resorting to this? Try to get them help because it doesn't you don't just start off, engaging in this kind of deviant behavior. Try to ask them and try to see things from their point of view. But I don't believe if you're really trying to help children, locking them up, locking up predators is not going to change a thing. It's not. You have to really look at like a lot of the catalysts that promotes this behavior. Sometimes it's porn. And you know what's funny about that? It was a predator catcher channel that was promoting in OnlyFans. One of their, I think y'all know which one I'm talking about. One of the main, you know, predator catchers on this one channel. Ain't gonna say the name of it, but they have an OnlyFans. They promoted it on their YouTube, and it's just like you're promoting porn, which sort of is the catalyst a lot of the times for predator behavior. But this is part one. I'm gonna do another part to this.